Well, I would say overall, I'm happy with this week's training and how things went. Despite it being very stressful because I'm a psycho dog mom, I'm still probably gonna be stressed for a long time. It takes about 8 weeks for Maverick's leg to heal, and I'll probably be a nutcase until that's over. So, but the gym has always been like a form of stress relief for me. I'm always happy to get in there and take my minds off things. The gym's my happy place. So, yeah, I'm not too worried. I definitely have not been doing secret mobility on the side. So, that's definitely not what's going on. Front squats felt really good this week. Nothing too crazy per usual. These guys, they felt really good actually. No complaints there. Just another training day. Nothing crazy. Just focusing on getting that nice straight line and just going straight into the hole, which I really liked the way that went and felt. Hope you had a good week as well. I did my best with as far as filming. You'll see I did bench here as well. This was just at a grungy little gym in Iowa. My sister and I like to go to when we're visiting our parents and grandparents. And that's where Maverick had his surgery. Felt fine. This was the day of the surgery at this gym. So, I felt like I was a little distracted and stressing out, but felt like I was able to get the job done. The angles here are a little weird just because not a lot of space here to film. But nothing too groundbreaking here. I just felt like I was just thankful to work out and I hit the numbers I want to hit and got out of there and got ice cream, but that's besides the point. Things felt good here. I started to go a little flexed here and incorporate that with the low bar more so than the high bar day. And it felt good. It felt like almost like natural, like what I was supposed to be doing. Don't know why I wouldn't have done that before, but that's why you're here. So I'm very grateful for that little tidbit. Logan! No. Sorry, that was my little puppy. Logan. He's barking at a leaf, most likely. This is my 290 something squat. I think it's 290. And this is the one I texted you about because I just felt like I looked at the number, I was like, damn, that's heavy. And then I did it and I was like, and warming up, I was like, oh, everything felt really good. Things are moving nicely. Yeah, I was just really happy with the way the squat looks. I was happy with how it felt. Like, there's been days where squat felt good and things were moving well, but this was probably the day that squats were probably the best feeling. And then these were the back offs that nearly killed my cardiovascular system. But they felt good. It felt doable. Sorry, now I'm moving her crate. But form-wise, yeah, these were hard, but I definitely felt good about them. I'm still working on that upper body mobility situation. Feel like the lean is there. But it's not bad. I'm not mad about it. I would say the only thing noteworthy here that I'm like can still tell that I'm doing that upper body bracing thing. But I did feel like bracing overall as a whole was on the forefront of my mind this week. And I try to be more mindful about flexing my abs, taking that deep breath, tongue against the roof of my mouth, perfecting that Valsalva maneuver. It's definitely not there yet, but I feel better about it this week than I did last week. And this is the last set of my 3x6. I definitely felt just like gas by the end between the workout here. I just felt like I was a good place to call it quits after doing all those repetitions. And these were kind of out of order. My videoing got screwed up. What's new, right? But these are long pause bench at that grungy gym. There was nowhere for me to put the camera, so I roped my sister into being my, videographer. No big deal. These felt good. I think they moved well. I think like 2.5s are like this gym is very sectioned off, and the 2.5s are in another room. So I think I did a little more. I don't know. I'll go back and make sure I wrote it down. It was like 120 and 110, and instead I did like 125 and 115 instead of what you had programmed. And it felt very doable. Felt good. Still happy with digging my traps into the bench again. I think I could depress my shoulders a little bit and engage the lats a little bit more than what I'm currently doing. But just like with squats, I feel like it's coming along. This is a closed grip bench day. These felt fine. I think towards the end, like the last set, like it felt a touch heavier than the previous weeks. But it still felt very doable, so definitely not mad about it. And I think this is my last set of, or maybe I filmed all 3 sets, I don't know. These days, by the time Sunday hits, I'm like, what did I even do Monday, Tuesday? Like, plus it was just a really long week, so this feels like a decade ago. Hey, Logan! No. This was my comp bench day. Sorry about her. These felt pretty freaking good. Happy with the way they moved. That 145. Definitely felt like I could have done maybe like 150. But, saving it for the tank, all that good stuff. And I also knew I was going to do 135 instead of 130 when I saw that. So I was like, let's not push it on the top set then. These back off sets felt very good, very doable. I'm glad I kept it at 135. I just feel like today, that day, I don't know what you wanted it to be. If you wanted it to be like super easy, I just felt like 130. I would have always like just in the back of my mind been thinking like I could probably do 135. So I'm just glad I started there and hung out there. Matt was funny. He made a comment. He was like, last year at this time, wasn't this like your max? And I was like, yeah, I was maybe like dabbling with 135 for like a double or a triple on a good day. So he's like, that's pretty impressive that you're doing it for 5. And I was like, thanks, bro. And he seems pretty excited to be starting and working with you. So I'm excited for him as well. And comp deadlifts, again, try to focus on bracing. I don't know, there's just like a freaking mental block with flexing my triceps in that deadlift. I'm trying, Justin. I really am trying. I try to focus on getting those knees locked out first. I'm happy with the way those went. No complaints there. But I do feel like my lockout got a little better this week. I'll continue to try those triceps. I think the thing mentally for me is like how forward it, like, I feel like it brings my shoulders. I'm not saying that it actually does, but when I'm in that position, I just feel like when I straighten out my arms and lock on my triceps, what I notice, like, what scares me is, like, I feel like I'm rounding my shoulders forward, and I don't like that feeling. I know it's not necessarily bad, and it's probably not even noticeable to whoever. It's just, like, what I feel, so I think that's, like, the mental block from my arms getting straight, but yeah, comp deadlift day felt pretty good. I felt good with it. I try not to lean back on these. I think same thing with the squats. Like, if anything, I was just gas cardiovascularly wise, per usual, towards the end there. Pause deadlifts, I felt like, again, they went pretty smooth. 275 was definitely heavy, but definitely a doable heavy. I also trained, I think, a little earlier than I'm used to, so that was maybe a little too much coffee and not enough water. But that's on me. I definitely felt like it was very doable. Try to be mindful about my knees on this day. I'm happy with the way these look, especially compared to I think this is, to me, even though it was the heaviest of all pause deadlifts, I felt like they were one of the better ones, in my humble opinion. So that lighting definitely makes me look white. Then I mentioned in the Excel sheet too, I just feel like overall I feel better at the end of this 4-week cycle than compared to the last 4-week cycle. Felt a little beat up and I was ready for that deload. Now I feel like maybe a little sore, but I'm just excited and ready to keep pushing forward. Hope you have a good week and everything.